Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54.
The podcast. Hi.
Hi.
I don't know what that was.
That was like a howdy hi together.
Howdy ho. Welcome to the Port Charles 411.
I can't do country accents. You're all on your own for that one.
So we're doing the Port Charles 411 on What Ifs.
What if?
Because how many times have we wanted to write the storyline?
Yes.
And that's actually kind of how we got started.
I was going to say,
even
we
talking
tried
about.
to every week. Didn't we write like an entire episode the other day?
We gave Trina her entire family.
Exactly.
So if they could just, lock that down.
Yes, I would be happy. Oh, did you mention? No. Did you see the other day? We talk about how only the main characters seem to work in the hospital. There's never any doctors or whatever.
Yes.
There was a different doctor that walked behind in the background the other day.
I did not know
And
this.
he was a very handsome black man. And I was like, oh, that's Trina's dad! But, so, if he doesn't want to be a fireman, he could be a doctor.
He could totally be a doctor.
So,
I don't know. But also, and this was on my missing notes.
Oh.
Because.
She found them apparently.
No, I did not.
Oh.
But that just reminded me that they said the nanny's name.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And
they were asking about the
Francesca
watch.
or something like that. It was something.
Yes. Something like that. I don't
Someone's
know.
going to
Someone's
correct
me.
me.
Yeah. Well, good, because
So.
I remember hearing it and thinking that same thing, but I can't remember. I don't think it was Francesca.
No, but it was something. And I remember that was one of my notes because I was like, oh, wait.
At least we mentioned her. Good
Yep.
job.
So we got her name.
Yay.
But so, like we said on Monday's show, we weren't quite sure what we were going to be doing for this week because you'll find out next week why.
It'll make sense then.
It'll totally make sense. So we kind of came up with what if.
Yes.
Because, we're always seeing online, people tossing out good ideas, and we had a lot of good feedback. So
yes.
Do we just want to go in?
Sure.
Okay. So on Twitter, between both Twitter and Instagram, we posted, has there ever been a storyline that you wish went a different way? Share your what if scenarios below. Would love to see non-current storylines too. Give us some blasts from the past. And people delivered.
They did.
Some people referenced current, and I don't like to talk about current. I know that we just gave Trina her entire family and everything. But when we're still in the story, it could still go any way.
Right.
Like there's two things that happened yesterday. So we're recording on Tuesday. So on Monday's episode.
I didn't watch Monday yet.
Okay. So I'm not going to say anything because I'm not going to do spoiler. But when you do, you'll be like, we're not done yet.
Oh, okay, good.
So, and we I think that it's on our wish list for both of them.
Okay.
So.
Yay.
Do
now
that.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I have to go catch up.
The one day.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get into the details of every single one, but obviously some people are saying, what if Drew was really Jason? What if Steve had never come back as Jason?
A lot of Drew fans.
Yes.
And Jason fans and that whole storyline.
Or what if Jason had come back or Steve had come back, but he was actually Drew and Billy Miller was really Jason and all these things. But I still feel like it's been mentioned a lot.
Yep.
Also the current storyline of Franco, Drew, memories type things.
Yeah, some people said they wish that the memory transfer wouldn't have taken. And I was like, yes,
we all do.
Awesome. I'm totally with you. But I don't think they're changing that anytime soon.
No. So Marianne Steen at Mazo51184 had a lot to say.
Yes.
And she is all over the place. And I love it because she doesn't just stick to one. She's obviously put some thought into here's how things should go. So the first thing that she posted was, how about if I was part of Shiloh's revenge plot against Sam? I don't know who I was, so I don't know how we can discuss this. But then it was, so you really want to turn things upside down? How about we find out that the actual secret that Laura told Lulu before she relapsed into catatonia was that Nicholas is Luke's.
That would be crazy.
Always thought it could be possible is what Marianne had to say.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, now, they did the bone marrow and this, that, and the other thing. So we know
Yes.
that, but
We're so established with the Cassadine story that I feel like that would never be what the secret is. But I don't even know how Luke would feel about that. He spent so much time hating Nicholas to turn around and find out that was actually his kid.
well, and remember what happened to him with the whole Robert, Ethan, Holly
Yes.
thing.
I did not like Holly. She's not a very
She comes up here
person.
too again. She comes up.
Yes.
Yep. So we're just going to do Marianne first.
Go ahead.
Because she has a lot of good ones. What if Sam, going with her gut, not believing Jason had died, found him shortly before Danny was diagnosed with cancer, and then it was Jason. Then it was actually Jason. And it says received Danny's life instead of Julian. I think it means saved.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that'd be cool.
That would have been
I think that would have been an awesome.
That would have been super awesome.
She finds him. And what if he was still locked up, still like in that state when she found him? What if Georgie survives the attack from the text message killer, Diego, and left to go study abroad because of the trauma she had to deal with after her attack? What do you think about that? Her going to study abroad instead of dying?
I mean, obviously that would have been better. I feel like now, especially with Maxie having kids, that Georgie should be around to be part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Not that she would name her kid after her sister if she was still alive, most likely. But
right.
Just to get to play that aunt role. And she would be a good age to be like one of the school teachers or something like that. She was so cute.
She and Willow would be friends.
They would.
What do you think Maxie would have named her daughter? So if you hear a noise in the background, Cookie, my cat, is batting in a box. Because Megan has decided to torment. She's not tormenting my cat. She was playing with her, and now Cookie's all riled up instead of sleeping in her basket thingy that she was. She was not doing that. She came over here. Anyway,
I don't
back
know.
to Georgie.
Yeah, I don't know what Maxie...
I wonder if she would have named her BJ.
No. Maybe. I don't know. BJ feels like a grown-up name to me, which I know BJ was little, but it feels like a grown-up name to me. So maybe something that sounds younger, but then could have been switched to BJ as she got older. You know what I mean?
Could have called her Bobby.
No! Something different. We already have a Bobby.
That's who BJ was named after, though.
But that's what I mean.
Barbara
We
Jean.
don't need 20 Bobbies. We need to come up with something more original. Felicia has like 800 names. Maybe you should pick one of those.
Oh, yeah. That's very, very true. Or one of her favorite designers. She could have named her daughter Chanel.
That would have been fun.
Oh, my gosh.
That would have been fun. See?
Could you picture Spinelli escorting little Chanel in the Pacific Northwest wearing flannel?
Maybe Spinelli would have had some family connections he wanted to pull.
Yeah, we're Spinelli's family. He doesn't have a family.
See, there's a whole other storyline we can write there, too.
Okay, so we're not going to do it now, but let's write Spinelli's story.
We can write Spinelli's story.
Wish we got more story into Rebecca and found out that she was actually Emily. That would have been cool. But it's kind of like when Nicholas came back as Connor Bishop, and then he died.
Right.
It's like, okay, yeah, we love the actors.
Yeah, but you can't reuse them that many times.
No. I mean, they're not all Michael Easton and Roger Howarth.
Very true.
How about figure out AJ returned from the dead and gets a fair shot with Liz? Do you think that would have actually worked out, though, or do you think that Liz liked AJ because he was Jason's brother? And if she couldn't have Jason,
I think she felt like she could save him.
Yeah.
She's a saver. Think about it. Anyone that she's been with has had some kind of issue or been...
We all have issues. Come on.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know.
Been on that outside looking in kind of thing. Like Franco, no one liked, and then she was like, look, he's wonderful, he's so nice. And then you saw that softer side of him and fell in love with that.
Well, and Rick was good until he was with her and then went crazy when she miscarried.
But that wasn't her fault.
No.
She didn't drive him crazy.
But he was good first. Was he good?
I know he wasn't. He's always had an issue.
He's been like a slimy lawyer, but you're right. He's always had it out against Sonny, but
I don't know that I'd call Rick good. No, I disagree. I don't think Rick was ever good. And Lucky was just different because he was Luke's son, so automatically everyone thought he was going to follow in Luke's footsteps. And she grounded him some for a while. So
he was amazing. They're mentioned in this too.
Oh, of course. Everyone loves Lucky. How can you not?
One of the ones that we were screaming about months ago. And for the love of God and all things holy, how about Peter is actually Alex's son and not Anna's? Get rid of the whole crap about Anna basically raping Faison.
Right.
1000% don't need to articulate any more there.
Exactly.
And it makes sense.
It does make sense.
Oh.
It totally makes sense.
And then she says, can't help myself, but what if instead of a one-night stand with Liz the night of the blackout, Jason had a one-night stand with Carly? And what if Carly was the one to get pregnant and have Jason's first child? And I just told her, I was like, yeah, we talked about that during because Liz threw it in Carly's face that she was having the baby. Mm-hmm. She also threw it in Sam's face. Yep. Marianne reminded me. I didn't forget about that, but when I read that, I was like, yeah, she sure did.
Yeah, Liz threw a lot of things in people's faces and pretend like she's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Or even when she's not perfect, somehow she's still better than you.
Yep. Michelle at RHDA8386. What if Holly and Paloma were part of the twin experiment and it was Paloma who ransomed an antidote and said that she was having an affair with Luke? Ethan Scorpio. Hashtag Ethan Scorpio.
Ethan Scorpio.
And then a lot of people said that would have been a really good story. Jay Matee, this definitely needs to be addressed. So many of us know this to be true already. Angelia Ryan, that would have been a good story. Alicia White, this is what should have happened. Deglimusis? What if Dr. O injected Duke with a serum that made him appear dead and she's hiding him?
That would be good. Especially, that would need to happen right after Anna and Finn work through all of the Hayden drama, and you think that they're safe, then boom, here's Duke back. Because that would blow it up. She couldn't be with Finn if Duke was alive. She couldn't.
Oh, no.
Then they could bring Griffin back.
Yeah.
I just want to see his face. I have no rough storyline for him to
He's
go
on
with.
ET. Just start watching ET. He's a host on ET.
I need him in my General Hospital world.
Okay.
I need to see him on there. I don't have a storyline for that yet.
Finn and Anna make it through this mess that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Anna would leave him after going through all of this with Finn?
For Duke? Yeah. They have to tango together a few more 100 times.
I know you love that. Maybe she can teach Finn how to tango.
It won't be the same. Her and Duke just have a connection.
I know.
It's one of those forever. It's like Harley and Sonny. No matter how many other people are in between, they're going to end up together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think if Duke's still alive.
I know, but still.
And then Finn can go back to Hayden after he's rejected me.
No! Listen, huge Faden fan. Huge Faden fan up until 2 weeks ago. Or a week ago.
But then maybe Hayden would have some time to grovel and try to apologize for everything.
She cannot undo the fact that she just hid his child for years.
She can't undo that, but maybe she needs to be on the other side of it because right now she is too self-centered with her blaming everything on him. So maybe if she lost him, but then had a chance of getting him back again, like for real, not just because she left, they could get back together. Don't stick your tongue out at me.
Whatever. I don't know.
I don't like Finn and Anna. I don't. They're not my favorite couple.
Well, I loved Finn and Hayden 2 years ago.
Well,
and I was looking forward to.
If Finn can forgive her, so can you.
No, because I have Roxy's best interests.
Oh my gosh. Roxy, I want to be with her new little sister. All day, every day, play with Violet.
Oh my gosh, okay.
See? Oh, I just proved my point for you.
On to the next one. Back to Marianne, because I really like this one. She kind of posted like intermittently.
Yes.
What if on the day of Liz and Jake's wedding, Lucky came in just in time and revealed that secret that Jake was Jason? And now he is working with Dante undercover with Frisco, and they will soon discover that Nathan has been held captive and will bring him home.
Ooh.
So many things there.
That would be so
That would have been awesome for Lucky to be like, hey, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And I love Frisco. If they brought Frisco back, that would be awesome.
Yes.
Love him. And Lucky needs to do something. He's off doing what? What?
He was in Africa last we heard.
Right, but he's doing what?
I don't know.
I don't see him being a police officer or a spy or a detective or whatever in Africa.
Yeah.
So he should come home.
I don't know. Nancy, my biggest plot what if has always been what if Brenda had ended up pregnant with Sunny's child after they were trapped in the caves?
That would be a beautiful baby. Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. We do not deserve the way that baby would look. Those dimples.
That would
and
be
that
the
skin.
most beautiful baby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
But I like that. And then on the same note, what if Brenda ever wound up having Jax's kid?
No, I wouldn't have liked that as much as Sunny's, though. Her and Sunny's kid would be beautiful.
Could you picture her with blue eyes, though?
Yeah, I guess that would
I mean,
work.
Vanessa Marcel is...
Oh my god.
Stunning.
The most beautiful girl
but you
in the
throw
world.
blue eyes in there, like, that would just totally...
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it never happened.
Maybe.
Star-crossed liaison. What if Jason proposed to Liz? The phone rang, and instead of answering them, they had run off to elope and didn't find out that Michael was shot until after they were married. And I was like, oh my gosh, you need to keep going. What would have happened next? They would have gone to Audrey's to pick up the boys, and they would have gone to Audrey's to pick up the boys and gone on a trip, leaving Sunny and Carly to deal with what happened to Michael, with Jason not knowing. Sadly, when they returned, Jason would be overcome with guilt that liaison would have to work through, but they would be married. Carly, upon hearing the news, would have a major breakdown and start scheming to break up the happy couple, and Sunny would continue to make moves that put everyone in more danger to scare Liz out of Jason's life. She has thought this through.
Carly would be evil.
Oh, horrible.
Evil.
If Liz had anything to do with the death of her child and preventing... Yep. And for some reason, there's some that say this tweet is unavailable, so it probably means that there's cursing or something, because I do have that filter on that.
Right.
If it's really bad, it doesn't show up in our newsfeed. Drew was really Jason. Jason was really AJ for revenge, and we had a real triangle instead of 2 years of propping. That's Christy Livingston. I like that one. That was and that was a different what if Drew was really Jason. Okay.
Right. Well, that would have put him back as AJ to fall in love with.
Right.
Elizabeth. There you go.
Yep.
Perfect.
Tune in tomorrow. What if Jason returned as his pre-car accident self?
I liked that one.
And his memories of his bond with Sam, Carly, and Sunny were erased. Dr. Jason Quartermain has a nice ring to it. More recently, why wasn't Shiloh's death a whodunit? All the signs were the multiple suspects. I agree on the last part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have dragged that out more.
Well, no. He should have died off screen. Although, I swear, that flare gun was...
That was a really good death.
That was the best death we've seen in a while.
That's true.
Almost as good. But I loved Catherine Bell falling off the parapet. Even though she didn't die, you thought that she was.
Yes.
I mean, that was on par. I like when people fall.
We can delve into that another week. Psychoanalyze.
But seriously, it is crazy that he came back fine when they were messing with his brain.
Right.
And I know they said, like, blah, 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 blah.
You didn't like their answer well enough?
Well, no, but I like this. I like tune in tomorrow's. Star-crossed liaison again said, what if on the night of the nurse's ball, Nick had told Jake that he was Jason instead of Liz, and he decided to keep that a secret? So, like, basically, what if Drew had been told that he was Jason before Liz found out?
Wow.
How would that have changed anything?
I feel like that would have changed everything.
But do you think that he would have... I feel like he would have told her, hey, I just got told that I'm this guy Jason. Who is he?
Not if he was actually in love with her, because maybe then he would be afraid of losing her. For once, she wouldn't be the evil person that she is, keeping information from men to hold on to them forever. He might think that she wouldn't love him the same. Because what if this Jason guy was a creep and she couldn't love him?
True. Very true.
So, that would be nice to see someone lying to her for a change instead of her lying to them.
That is a fair point. So I think that's most of Twitter. And then on Instagram, Rebel Char 17, what if Jake was really Lucky's son? And Lucky would be Jake's bio dad. Jason and Sam would have stayed together. I like Jason with Sam and Lucky with Liz. So basically the couples would have just stayed together.
Stayed together, yeah. Because it was pointless. To swap them out.
And also still more, what if Franco was still Franco and then, didn't work. Wishing Oscar had lived.
That would have been a good one. I don't know. Like we talked about before, I like that they played that true to life. Most likely there wasn't going to be a cure for his brain tumor, so he had to pass on. But seeing Jocelyn struggle and then not dealing with it correctly, it drives me crazy. So if he hadn't passed away, then that would all be changed. That would be interesting.
Yeah. The one soapy color guard. What if Laura didn't have a breakdown in 2002? What do you think that would have changed?
I wonder if they mean it like she didn't have a breakdown and get sent away, or if she left for a different reason.
Let's go with she didn't get sent away.
2002. Why does that not feel like that was that long ago?
Well, Lulu was a toddler. That's when she aged up. So maybe Lulu would still be a little one, or at least would have been a tween. Because Lulu did a jump.
She did.
Lulu did like a huge.
Yes. Yeah, they took her from little kid, I want to say like 7 or so, to teenager right there with Dylan and them overnight. That was crazy.
So she was introduced in 94, and then she's 35 now. Let's do some math.
She's 35. She should be 25.
So they aged her up 10 years.
10 years.
What if Lulu didn't jump up like 10 years? That would have changed so much.
So that would have her like Willow's age?
Maybe.
I feel like Willow's in between.
Yeah, we don't actually know how old Willow or Chase are.
But I feel like they have to be younger.
I think they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
Mid-20s.
That's
25, 26.
Right.
That sounds good. If they haven't been given an age yet, that's what we feel is appropriate.
Yes, because they're definitely younger than Lulu and Maxie. But Lulu and Maxie aren't that old either. They're like early 30s.
They're in their 30s.
They're early 30s.
But they're not as young as we think that they are.
I guess not. But...
Because they aged them.
Right.
So they're not as young as we. What if Sonny didn't show up to Port Charles?
I can't even go there.
No. It's been 25 years.
Right. He's played a major role in every story.
26 now.
Yeah. I forget that even though we're at the end of 2019.
I know, but it was about a year ago that we did his whole...
Right.
Yep. What if Sonny had chosen Brenda? Mountaineer Spice.
I would have been okay with that. I loved Sonny and Brenda.
But here's the thing. What if he... Instead of doing the back and forth thing.
Yeah.
If
Sonny picked Brenda, I think that Carly would have ended up with Jason.
Oh, yeah. That can lead us right into Tonito Guerrero. What if Sonny and Carly had never had hate sex? Would Jason and Carly be the super couple GH deserves? Sorry, I'm still bitter about that. I still want Jason to be with Carly. They would be amazing.
They would.
I mean, they've always had that connection from the second that they met.
I don't know that Jason would still work for Sonny, though. No. I feel like Sonny and Brenda would have left and had their whole mob situation somewhere else.
Why don't you think Jason would still work for Sonny?
Because I feel like Carly accepts the whole mob stuff because that's what she has to do to be with Sonny, but that she's not a typical mob boss wife.
Neither Sam.
Right. And I think that Sonny, or that
But
Jason,
Sam slept with Sonny before she slept with Jason.
But she wasn't his wife.
This is so gross when we really break this down.
Yeah, it is.
We are going to do this.
Everybody slept with everybody, but that's okay. Jason is part of Sonny's organization because of his friendship with Sunny and the loyalty there, not that he really enjoys that job. So if he was with Carly and Sunny was out of the picture with Brenda, I feel like he would have picked a different job.
What do you
Like
think he would have done? Mechanic?
He's good with
Motorcycle?
those bikes, yeah.
I can't think of a catchy name right now. That's why I'm so silent. I'm like, and what would that be called?
Yeah, I can't go that far. You're taking it.
Morgan's Motors.
There you go. See? Good job.
There we go.
I'm impressed with you.
Thanks.
But yeah, that's what I feel like would have happened. I think that Sunny and Brenda would have left then.
And then I responded to that, oh, this would be interesting. Would they have kids? And she said, yes, they would. He would be called Michael. If only they would have made him Jason's. Could you? Oh, that'd be a good what if. What if Michael was actually Jason's?
Well, I feel like he's a way better dad to Michael than he is to the kids that are actually his.
I know.
So that would be a good job daddy for him.
GH Funnies, I wish Liz had never had that affair with Nicholas. We all do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. And Lucky had stayed around, always loved Liz and Lucky.
Of course.
Seriously.
They're so
The
sweet.
worst part of listening to Jonathan Jackson's interview, have you listened to it yet?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. So, he says, if they had lightened up his storylines, he probably would have stayed.
Oh.
So, let's go back to the early 2000s and just be upset with the writers because he was always in such emotional storylines. I mean, he never really played second fiddle. You know, he was never...
Right, a second string character. Huh?
No, ever.
Mm-hmm.
He was having an addiction. He was having an affair. He was not sure whose kid he was raising.
Right.
His dad, his mom, his sister has bone marrow problems.
Yeah.
You know, he
had a lot of drama.
Yeah. And none of it, well, the affair and the drugs were his problem.
Right.
Like his creation.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't even Jonathan Jackson most of the time.
Right.
That was Greg Vaughn, who killed it, who did a really...
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Okay, so that wasn't necessarily a horrible recast.
No, it wasn't a horrible recast. It was hard to accept because we get used to the people who play it.
And we totally prefer Jonathan Jackson.
Yeah.
I didn't like the other one, though. And I don't even remember his name. That's how much I don't... I'm sorry. I'm sure that he's a wonderful actor.
Right.
Just wasn't a good Lucky.
Yeah, I don't think any of them were bad actors. They just didn't take on the part. They didn't make it their own. Like we talked about with Nina 100 times. You have to own it, and they didn't.
Dance Slipper. What if Patrick and Sabrina had lived happily ever after? And I said, that's one of our personal favorite what ifs. And she said, and their baby had lived.
That would be wonderful. Yes. Because I feel like the whole Patrick storyline was pointless. Because he got back with Robin, and then they moved away.
Right.
I liked Patrick.
Yeah.
So if they would have kept him with Sabrina and that baby, then they would be here.
We'd still have Emma.
Yeah.
We would have, what was the baby's name? They named him Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I keep this information?
I don't know, but as soon as you said it, I was like, yep, that's it. And I know that that's right. So
how? Like, I don't know how.
It's like 80s song lyrics. You can just pull it out and it's
That is true. That is true. Trivia is just my thing, I guess. And it's not just about GH. Like, I just know random stuff for no reason.
I'm very well aware that you do. We could do a Shannon trivia hour sometime.
I used to watch Jeopardy, like, all the time. But yeah, so that was it of our audience's what ifs. Did you have a personal favorite?
I think because we had just been talking about Liz, the stuff with Liz and Lucky.
Yeah.
And that was originally where I was going to say mine would have been, is if Liz wouldn't have ever been raped, if Lucky would have.
Why did nobody mention that? What if Liz had never been raped?
Yeah, that was where my original thought was. But then as I was thinking, a little more creatively, I thought, what if Maxie would have actually been pregnant with Lucky's baby? When she did the whole fake pregnancy for the drugs, blah, 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 if she would have actually got pregnant. Because that was before she had Georgie. So would she have been like on the mom track then, like Liz, and settled down some? Oh my gosh. You know what I mean?
Wow. No, that would have been so good.
Yeah.
Maxie and Lucky could have been.
And then how would that have affected her and Lulu's friendship?
Yeah. It happens all the time. I mean, not all the time, but I feel like...
breaking up his marriage. I don't know that Lulu. Not that she should judge, but I don't know that she could get over that.
Maybe not. Maybe if it had just gone differently, that she didn't necessarily bust up their marriage.
Okay.
If they had wound up together some other way.
Okay. So it just would have changed. If she had a kid, most likely it would have changed.
Yeah.
How the rest of her life went. I don't see her working the hours that she works and all of that if she was trying to take care of a baby. And would Spinelli have been with her then, or would she have stayed with Lucky? So, I don't know. But that was where I went. So what would yours have been?
Was that your what if?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're okay, because I asked you what your favorite one was.
I know, but that's what I meant. Is it like led me into it? Yeah.
So it led you into it?
It led me to think more.
So then I will take the one that I really liked, Jason and Carly being together.
Okay.
My biggest what if has always been, what if Lily's car never blew up?
Oh. Do you think Lily with Sonny is like the one?
Yes.
Really?
Him with Carly now, I think she is, but I don't think if Carly had come across his sightline after, I don't think Brenda or Carly would have.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But remember when he thought she came back from the dead?
Oh, God, that was forever ago.
But do you remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, he was done.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have an entirely different family because he would have that baby.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I think that.
See, I kind of felt like they would have ended up fizzling out eventually anyway, and then we would have been brought into the whole Carly storyline. But if you think that was his true love,
they might have had a little drama
not.
Somewhere, but I don't think that it would have been married however many times Jason or Sonny and Carly have. So
that can be his happily ever after. I wasn't challenging you.
No, I know, but I really do. I really do.
If you thought that was his number one love. Okay.
I think that was his, and I think that really messed him up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
watching anyone blow up in front
it'll do it to you.
Might give you some issues, but
yeah.
Okay, then.
So, I don't know. Well, this was fun.
It was fun.
I love hearing what everyone had to say.
Yes.
Do you feel like there was anything that we did not discuss in there, like in the ones that we read?
No, I like the people that developed it a little bit more. Like you said, you asked some questions and then they kind of steered it a little bit more because
the ones that like really took a storyline and went with it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
The more detail, the better. That's a lot of fun.
Yes,
because they think of things we don't think of.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and there's a lot of newer stuff out there, you know, that could still. We could get Franco back.
We could.
You know,
we could.
Jason having come back as Dr. Quartermain would have been cool.
That would have changed so much too.
Do you think that Sam would have been attracted to Jason Quartermain?
No.
But she was attracted to Patrick.
Yeah.
So she was attracted to the
safer guy somewhat. Yeah. No, I don't see her with Jason as
Jason
Dr.
Quartermain.
Jason. Yeah. I don't know who he would be with then.
He'd probably actually be with Liz. And then Liz would have left Lucky for Jason, and that's when Lucky and Maxie get together.
Oh, there you go.
See we just combined our two what if scenarios.
And that makes total sense. It would have been perfect.
But then where would Carly be? Carly would be with Jax.
Yeah.
And Sonny would still be with Lily.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Wrap that all up.
Do you think Luke and Laura should have stayed together?
Yes.
Me too. That 100%. Was a messed up one that we should never have. The only other person I did like her a little bit was Stefan. Like I liked their chemistry, but I wouldn't have seen it. I could see it as the
I liked him with
temptation.
Tracy.
See, I didn't like him with Tracy to begin with, but then when they got back together, I liked it better.
Right.
I don't know what happened that changed my mind, but
they just seemed more serious and
the first time around it, right? The first time around it was like more business proposition type.
Yeah.
We should probably do this for the best of our situations instead of love.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is not a good reason to get married.
No. So they were okay with other people, but there's some couples you just shouldn't mess with. They should have stayed together forever. So.
And Ned and Lois should have stayed together.
Yes. I love Lois. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. We should bring her back too.
Seriously. And as Rena Sofer, not as the recast.
Yes. 100%.
Because there is a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Big difference.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know, but this was fun.
This was fun.
And I guess that's all we have until Monday's recap.
Okay, so have a good weekend.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.